Yeah, I mean, the reality is, you can't buy a studio or a one bedroom that can be used as a short-term rental here on Maui for less than maybe 450, 400. Every once in a while it exists. But that's kind of the buy-in. If you jump to the two bedrooms, your buy-in is closer to, five, 600,000. Three bedrooms are really difficult to find. However, they're great money makers. You're at $1 million plus minimum to buy a three-bedroom condo here that is short-term rental legal.
All right. I'd like to go back to that because I was going to ask you that. What types of condos are you going to get your best return? The studio, the three bedroom? Which one is the best bang for your buck?
That's hard because the amount of money that a condo can make is somewhat proportionate to what it costs. Income is directly tied to occupancy. When I say occupancy, not annual occupancy, but how many people can sleep in this unit. If it's two, the bar is here. If it's six, the bar is much higher, but we're also having to spend more money for those properties. So it's definitely proportionate. However, if we're talking big money, the bigger the better. So, I mean, we've got properties in the Vacasa program at some very nice resort locations here on Maui that are making a gross income of about $250,000 a year. But it would cost you a couple million to buy them. Your average condo, let's just say your average two bedroom, nicely remodeled, nice location. Maybe you bought it for, 800 grand. That has the potential to make, depending on, owner usage and what's inside it, anywhere from, I would say even $70,000 to $90,000 a year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And again, I only speak in gross rental income.
Of course,
annual.
because the HOA is going to change per condo and maintenance and whatever.
Yeah.
That's always going to be a variable. Is there in San Diego, the HOA amount can really go from $100 up to in the thousands. Is it like that there in Hawaii also?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and so one of the bigger things when people come to me and they're running their calculations on whether this is a good investment or not, the one place where you can see it change from a good investment to an absolutely awesome investment is when that HOA includes the electricity. It's not everywhere. Typically it's not, but there are a handful of units that do have electricity included, and it just makes those numbers look amazing. So if you can find that, you're doing well. One of the things to think about, though, with Hawaiian real estate is we do have two different types of ownership. There's something called fee simple versus leasehold. I know other states have that as well, but fee simple is where you own the property and the land beneath it. Leasehold is where you own the property and you pay rent, so to speak, to the landholder for the space that's underneath it. And so, I caution those that are just, using, Zillow, Realtor.com, whatnot. And all of a sudden they see a two-bedroom condo for $400,000 in Maui. And I'll tell you that it's only one of two things. It's either a leasehold property or short-term rental restricted per the HOA. So we have to be careful. A lot of times people think that, oh my God, this is it. There's generally a story behind why.
People listen to Christie and off Zillow. There's tons of good info on there, but it's incomplete. And it's incorrect, actually, a lot of times also. But get with somebody like Christie who can tell you that place is going to get you in trouble. You're not going to make any money in that place. You want this place. Don't cut your own hair and don't make your own clothes. Go to professionals. Right?
You got it.
So now, are there any areas? I mean, I know you're on an island, and so there's only so much land. Are there any up and coming areas?
The areas are the same, right? So we're not going to change from our West Maui, South Maui corridors, like I mentioned, but there are some new projects that are under development or up and coming. Keep in mind that anything that's new here is going to be pretty spendy, but running the numbers on what their potential income will be is quite fascinating. So, if you're in the market to buy luxury condos, there's quite a few new projects that are looking pretty good, to be honest. Yeah.